Hi everyone. In this video, we will see how we can create our AWS Lambda function using Python language, in which we will create our AWS Lambda function and we will write our Python simple program as a Lambda function. Next, we will create our S3 bucket using the AWS S3 service, and next we will add some trigger, like we can say upload event we can add to that S3 bucket, so that it will get triggered once we upload any file to the S3 bucket. And finally, our code which is there inside our Lambda function will get executed. So we are going to see all these things in this video. So before we go ahead, please do not forget to like, subscribe and share. So first of all, we will create our AWS Lambda function, and next we will create our S3 bucket, and then we will add a trigger so that everything will work fine. Now for that, first of all, you need to log into AWS Console, and once you successfully logged in, it will show you the console homepage like this one. Now here you can search for Lambda AWS service, and it will show you the Lambda function. You need to click on this one, and it will take you to the another page wherein there is a create a function button. You need to click on this to create a Lambda function. Now this is the create function. Choose one of the following option to create your function. This is the default one. Author from scratch. Start with a simple hello world example. This is a blueprint option we can use to build a Lambda application from sample code and configuration presets. And this is the container image. If you have already existing some container image, you can go for this option. Now we will stick to the default option, which is author from scratch. Now here we need to give our Lambda function, which is a basic information. We need to give a function name, like we can say it is AWS or Lambda. We can say Python function. So this is the function name. Next, we need to select the runtime. We can create a function using different languages. So accordingly, we need to choose the runtime. So for Java, we can select the Java 21. Similar way, if you want to create a function using Python, we need to select the appropriate runtime. This is the architecture we can select, and rest of the things we can keep as is. And finally, we can click on this create function button, which is the right side. Down side of this page. Now it is creating the Lambda function for us, and this is the another page getting started, wherein it will take us to the Visual Studio Code. Once we click on this open in VS Code, so to create our function code, wherein we can write our function code or modify that. So right now I will close this because we are going to simply create one Python function. So this is the Lambda function we have created. Now let us create the AWS S3 bucket from where the event will get triggered. So let me create one more URL. Now here you need to go to search, and here you can search for S3 bucket, and this is the S3 option, which is another AWS service. You need to click on this, and here it will show you create a bucket option, and this is the button you need to click on. So this is the option to create S3 bucket. So buckets are containers for data stored in S3. This is the general configuration. This is the region which we have selected, which is a Mumbai, which is close to us. Now this is the bucket type. This is the general purpose, which is a recommended one, and this is the directory. So for now we can go with the default one, which is a general purpose. Here you need to give the bucket name. So I can give the bucket name like AWS -py bucket. So this is the bucket we can give. If you have existing bucket, you can select choose bucket and refer to that one. Next is the object ownership. So this is the ACL disabled, which is a recommended one. All objects in this bucket are owned by this account. So access to this bucket and its objects are specific using only policies. So this is the recommended one we can go with. There is one more option, ACL enabled. We are not going to choose this option. We can go with the recommended option for now. So block public access settings for this bucket, we can uncheck this option because our bucket should be accessible publicly. Otherwise it should be restricted. So we don't want to do that. We need to uncheck this option, and we can check this acknowledgement button, and the rest of the things we can keep as is. And finally, we can click on this create bucket option, so that it will create S3 bucket successfully. Seems good. We have created one S3 bucket, and by now we have created two things. We have first created our Lambda function using Python, and this is the Lambda function we have created, and this is the Python function we are going to use. And this is the S3 bucket we have created, which will initiate or originates the triggers. Now we need to add a trigger for that. So for that we can go to our Lambda function, and here we need to add a trigger. So here it will ask for the source, like source can be anything like API gateway for API request, S3 bucket for object storage, and DynamoDB for database events. So for now, for S3 bucket we can select the S3 as the event source. This is the S3, we can select this, and here we need to give our bucket name. So what is the bucket name? Which is the AWS PY bucket, which we have just created. So this is our bucket name. Now here we can select the event type. So for all object create events, we can select this option, so that for all the creation, upload and all, this event will be considered. And we can come down, and here this is the recursive invocations, like we can check this option, because here same S3 bucket for both input and output is not recommended. For example, the same S3 bucket, if we consider for input and output, it may go to the infinite loop, like it will keep on creating the events which we want to avoid. So we need to check this option just to avoid the infinite loop for the same bucket for input and output triggers. Now finally we can click on this add button to create one trigger. Now we have successfully created a trigger as well. Now let us go to the code, which is this tab, and here this is the code, but we have not yet deployed this code. So let us deploy this code by clicking on this deploy button. Now this is the sample code, so we can click on OK. Now we can simply, we have deployed the code. So this is the code we have deployed using by clicking on this one. Now let us go to S3 bucket, and before we go upload anything to this S3 bucket, now you can see there is no file uploaded as of now. Now to test, we need to upload one file and see how it goes. For that, first we need to open our logs. For that we can open one more terminal tab, or we can go to monitor, and here we can this option, which is a CloudWatch logs. This is another AWS service we can make use of just to check the logs. So this is where we can see all our logs. Okay. Now we have everything in place. Now let us upload some file and test our whole scenario, how it works. So what it will do, like once we upload, this is the S3 bucket, wherein once we upload any file or folder, the upload trigger will upload event will get triggered, and that event will get sent to this Lambda function, and the Lambda function will execute the code which is there inside this function. Okay. And let us see by uploading one file. So we can simply click on this upload button, and it will take you to the another page wherein it will give the options like add file and add folders. We can click on add files. Now let us go to our respective system folder from where we can add the file. So let me go to the particular folder, and this is the images folder. Now I can add this data one. This image I have uploaded. So this is just selected, but you need to upload it by clicking on this upload button. Now we can see upload successful. Now this data one image is successfully uploaded. Now let us go to our function and check, go to monitors. Now it will show here, it is not showing. So here one is showing, no data available. It will take some time to show the log set here. So by that time we can go to CloudWatch and check the logs. So we can simply refresh it. Yes, we can see we have one log file here. One log is generated. If we select this, we can see it has successfully generated the log for this one. Now it is showing all these logs as expected. So just to verify whether it is successfully executing our code, so we need to print something within this code. So let us go to this code, and here we can add something just to print it. Now we can add one message. This is the message, and for this message we can say this is the welcome to Lambda function using Python. So we can say this is the AWS Lambda function using Python, and we can this is the code, and here we can add one print. We just want to print some message so that we can cross check into the log file whether it is successfully printing all this. We need to save it, and we need to deploy this code. So we have successfully deployed this. This is the successfully we have deployed this. Now let us add one more file and check how it goes. So we can close this. We have already uploaded one file. So let us upload one more file. So here it is not showing the file. S3 bucket. Okay, so this is the one file. We can click on upload to add one more file, and now we can add one more file. This is the file. We can select and click on upload button. So this is the upload button, and upload is successful. Now let us close this and check. Now we have two files which we have successfully uploaded. Now if we go back to it here, which is the Lambda function, which if we refresh it and go to the monitors, it will show us like, so now you can see the count is 2, and it is showing something like we have successfully uploaded, and all these tracks like traces, it is showing stats. And this is the CloudWatch logs. It will generate after some time. Now by the time we can go it here and we can refresh it. Now check. Now here if we click on this, okay, so it is showing the same log. So we need to go open the another log which we have, which is generated now. So this is the latest one. We can click on. So it is showing some error, message is not defined. So let us go to our function and check what has happened. So this is our function and this is the code. Now let us check the message. So here a double equal to is there. So by mistake it was there. So we can save it, and we need to deploy it as well. So we have successfully deployed. Now let us, so we need to add now one more file. So for that we can delete one of the file and upload it again. So we can simply delete this file, and to delete we can simply type this permanent delete, and the object is deleted. Seems good. Now we have data2 file. Now let us try by uploading one more file and check how it goes. So we can click on add file, and this is the data one. We can select this file we want to upload. We can click on this upload button. Seems good, it has uploaded. Now we can close this. Now we have two files. Now let us check once again. So inside monitor it will show the count, which is 2. If we refresh this, it will show some stats. Okay, so it is generating, and you can see here count is showing 2, and this is the how much time, event age, and all this. Now it is showing the logs as such. You can see it has generated some logs, CloudWatch logs. So let us go to our CloudWatch. If you want to open a new CloudWatch log, you can click on this one and it will take you to the CloudWatch. Now here you can see we have 3 log entries. Now this is the latest one, we can select on. And here you can see it is showing the message welcome to Lambda function using Python, which we have written inside this function. If you check the code, it will find this code message which we have written, welcome to the AWS Lambda function using Python. So that's it. It is showing the message which is expected to us. That means once we upload any file, it will trigger Lambda, it will trigger that upload event, and accordingly it will execute the code which is written inside the Lambda function, and we have written the code using the Python function, and it has shown the successful message, and everything is working fine end to end. So with this we have successfully created our AWS Lambda function using Python. In our next video we will see how we can create our AWS Lambda function using Java, in which we will simply create one Java program and create a jar out of it, and we can use that jar to create a Lambda function, and we will see how everything will work fine end to end using the AWS Lambda function using Java. So I hope you must have enjoyed this. Please do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for watching this.